Hey, this is ASpengler, and this is episode 26 of building the Cologne Cathedral in Lego. Last week, did a lot more work on this side entrance right here. So, before there, on this particular one, we didn't have a lot of the inner column pieces down here. So, filled that in, built up the platform that you see right here on this side and this side right here. So, and then after doing that, started up on this top area, building up those windows. So we have those windows done now. Didn't get any of the other side completed. The goal will be to work a lot more on this section of the building. I want to try to build up this front area a lot more. Try to get one of these side entrances a lot more complete so that it will be able to meet up with this top roof section up here. So the how we'll start this off, I'll try to build at least one of the windows on this side. This will help me be able to make up this front window, kind of just allowing me to know how much space I have, how it will look. So build up one of those windows, and then we'll go on to some of these columns. Also want to get working on these inner areas right here with the buttresses there so they can meet up with this side. And in the end, hopefully we can get this up to about this level so we can build this last little roof overhang section. But I really want to get a lot more work done on these side entrances just so we can kind of have a better even amount of completion throughout the cathedral. I know I haven't even started on this back area, but at least with what we have, try to make it a little bit more even. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can get some time lapses in. Usually I've got a feeling this might go that I get a lot of this one done, and the one behind it will have most of the time lapses just because then I'll know what I'm doing. But maybe I'll do time lapse since I already did this side. I'll know what I'll be doing for this side, so I might do a time lapse for this, but I wasn't completely planning on building this whole section until I have more of this back done, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do half of this and then do the other half in a time lapse. We'll see how it plays out. So with that, go ahead and get right into it. Hopefully we can get a lot done this segment. So go ahead, stop talking, and get working. Okay, guys, coming back after a very large amount of work. Sorry I didn't get any time lapses in. It's just a lot of this stuff was fairly experimental, and I wasn't completely sure what was going on. So there was a lot of pauses, there was a lot of trial and error. So wasn't the best sort of time lapse material, but definitely there was a lot of stuff that got done here. And once I do the other side entrance, you should see a lot more time lapses in that part. Even when I'm doing the other side of here, you probably see some time lapses there because once I really get a good idea of what I'm doing for one side, it's basically just copying that side onto the other one. So I'll know what's going on and should have a good area and amount of time lapses in the upcoming segments. So what exactly was done? So right at the beginning of the segment, you saw that only these back windows were done and only about to right here was completed as well. So I started off with the side buttresses, which are these ones right here that you can see, and I started off with this roof area kind of, so you can see I put in a little section of roof in that, which is that green part right there. And then I kind of started on it, and then I just kept going with it just because why not? So I finished those up, and those looked pretty good. And also I added a little bit to this top area right here. Added the little detail parts that I put around my windows. So those are done, and so this section right here is pretty much all done. I just have to put some of the overhang parts up on that area at the very top. And so these buttresses line up uh, pretty nicely with these ones right here. The ones on the inside in here are slightly different from these ones. It's just how I was able to do it. They're a little bit different, but it's something that's such a small difference that you can't really tell. They just all look pretty much the same, and it looks really good overall. So I'm really happy with how that side turned out, and we'll just copy that for the other side and for the other side entrance, which is back here. So didn't get any work done on that, so that will be something in the upcoming segments. It's just the one bad thing is with the experimental, I used a lot of pieces, and so originally I don't know how many I would originally need, so I used quite a few of these 1x1 round bricks, and I'm starting to run out. I don't know if I'll have enough for both this side and that side, but I'll definitely want to get started on the other side just to see how far I can get. But other than start off with those buttresses, finish those, and I thought might as well keep going and try to get this front area as far complete as possible. So you saw last that it was only up to this height, and so I ended up continuing on to here, and then I just kept going and put in the stained glass part in there, and even built up the detailed parts on the window, and then got onto the kind of the front buttresses. But we're not completely done yet. We still need to get kind of the window part right here, and then on top of that it goes up to the height of the roof. So just imagine this roof back here kind of curving around and then coming up and stopping right here. So it's very close to being done though, so I'm really happy with how much progress we got done, and it's looking really good. I really like how these different sort of details ended up, and so I'll definitely use the same details on the other side entrance. And as far as that's what most of the work was done. I did a little bit on this side right here, but not very much. I started building this area out. I built the first kind of divider piece and then one of the windows just so I could see how it would kind of look. Probably next segment we'll just continue on this area. I might just end up doing this side, and then I'm I didn't go any farther just because I really need to know my connection points here, and I can't do that unless these areas are also done. So I'll at least work on a few of these windows so I can start my connection points on here so I could finish up this front area. And then hopefully in the next segment we can finish this area up. And I'm not completely sure when I'll get to that one. I don't think I'll have enough pieces to get to the same amount of completion as this, but I'll definitely try to start it off and see how far we could do, or we could get with that. And yeah, lots of progress, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. Really, when you just put them together, it looks really close to being completion. You can't even tell that the other sides aren't done, and it looks really good. And so that's why I can't wait to at least get the roof on this part, so then it will be very close to being complete, and then we could get back to the main tower. But lots of good progress. Really happy with how it's turning out. For the most part, I am pretty good on pieces. It's just very select detailing pieces and stuff that I'm running out of, which is always kind of a pain because I could keep going, but then I'd have to come back later on and try to fill in where I left out some pieces. But we'll see how it goes and see how far I can stretch those pieces. I'm going to go through all my different reserves and stuff, see if I could pull out some more pieces and see how far I can stretch those before the next order. And so lots of stuff getting done. And as far as some other stuff going on with the channel, I want to try to get those instructions out for you guys to purchase if you really want those. I'll try to put out the first one this Wednesday, which will be the Pak 40 German anti-tank gun. So I have the instructions fully complete for that one. That's all ready to go. So I'll probably post a video for that, kind of giving you some instructions on what to do if you're interested in one of the instruction booklets. Again, it will just be the instruction booklet, just because that's the easiest thing for me to get to you guys. And then hopefully in the next following week, we can have the Panzer 38T instructions, and then those are the only two I've started on with instructions. I know I have the Pak 40 completely done, and the Panzer 38T is very close to being completed. So I'll look to do a lot more of my custom models and just make them in instruction forms, and then you guys can purchase them, and all the proceeds and earnings from the instructions that I'll be selling will go back into the channel and helping me build things like this Cologne Cathedral at such a large scale. Pieces aren't cheap in Lego, so that'll be a good way for viewers if you've been looking for something that you could support the channel. That'll be the thing to do it. So look for that on Wednesday, and then we'll continue on with our weekly segments of Cologne Cathedral. So thank you guys for watching. Lots of good progress, and I'm really happy with how it's going. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.